All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're live. We're just telling a quick story, Tyler. Custer, South Dakota last weekend.
Yeah, Ryan went on vacation. Did you golf with any of the fans? Anyone hit you up?
No, I got no messages. But Custer's only a population of 1919. That's what it said on the
Great
the deal.
root beer.
I would assume 1919 is when Custer took his little tour of Custer.
Yeah, I think he did something there. It was his last whatever. I'm not sure what.
His last
sit?
No, it was
last kneel.
No,
I don't know.
Maybe where he got executed.
Could be.
Did he get executed?
Custer's last breath. That's what it was.
That's what it is.
Oh.
Yeah. And it was the Battle of the Little Big Deal.
Trevor doesn't get it. He shook his head. He's like, no, that's not right, guys.
No idea. Yeah.
It's Custer's last stand, dude.
No.
That's quite literally what it is.
What do you mean? No,
I don't know what it is.
Oh, okay. I thought you were like, no,
no idea.
No, that's actually true. Social studies, history class.
I didn't learn shit. Battle of Little Bighorn, dude.
Little Bighorn?
Yeah, Custer's last
The
stand.
Battle of the Bulge was there.
Oh, yes, that one.
Battle of the
Yeah,
World
Battle
War
of the
II.
Bulge. Yeah, Bastogne, South Dakota.
Well, and then in Deadwood, not too far down the road, about an hour 39. I know that because I timed it out.
Yeah.
Hour 39.
I know you
Custer,
did.
Wild Bill. Killed.
Yeah.
Killed in cold blood.
Billy the Kid was there.
It's a cool area though.
It
However,
is.
the only not cool thing about it is it takes 8.5 hours to get there from Fargo. So we took an 8.5 hour car ride to Custer this last weekend. And I was telling you, Tyler, my kid is 15 months old and he did amazing.
It's this very scary age to travel.
And he's not an iPad kid. He's never even, well, maybe, I don't know if he has a daycare, but he's never even looked at an iPad.
That's good.
So no iPad, no cell phone, no nothing. Just a little snuggle puppy on Spotify. I don't know if you ever listened to that.
No.
It's a great song.
We are I can't remember the name of them. Anyway, continue.
So yeah, he played with like 3 toys the entire time, slept half the way, played with 3 toys the other half of the way. However, we get into the hills, and when you get into the hills, you know, because it's like there's a ridge that is like very clear cut plains and hills. We get into the hills and we are, I shit you not, I look at the GPS, we are 7 minutes away from the Airbnb. So we have driven an 8 hours and 23 minutes. And he starts throwing up all over himself.
Oh no.
And
motion sickness.
Yeah.
Probably.
Oh yeah. From going back and forth. And he's facing backwards, right? In his car seat. So I can just imagine going back and forth, back and forth.
You can't see the road, which usually helps people with car sickness.
Yep. So 7 minutes and Meg's like, you gotta pull over. He's throwing up. I'm like, fuck. And there's no shoulder on these roads. So I probably had to go like another probably 500 or 600 yards.
Well, and there's switchbacks too, so you can't park around a corner.
No. So I had to wait until there was like a little bit of a shoulder to just pull off, yank the door open, pull him out of his car. I felt so he was so sick.
Ugh.
And I felt so bad. So we made it that far.
Are we talking how much puke? Like little baby spit up, or are we talking like me 21 cigs into the John Daly challenge?
That.
Oh
yeah.
Poor kid.
So we got him all cleaned up and I mean the car. I could describe the smell to you, but I'm not going to.
I hate puke, dude.
It's the worst smell.
Yeah. And I do fine with it. Meg does not.
Yeah.
So she was dry heaving in the back. So I had to get out.
I would have been in the same boat as her. Like being Becca, I'm way better with like a disgusting diaper, and she handles the puke. Like I can't do the puke.
Yeah, Meg has a hard time filling my dog's bowl with food.
It's because dog food smells terrible.
It does. Yeah, no, it does. And my dog's food smells really fucking bad. It's some like hip and joint supplement or whatever. So the whole trip went good. And then on the way back, we get out of the hills and I mean, so we're probably 45 minutes in the drive. We're like, we better stop at that gas station because we only have half a tank. We'll fill up and then we'll make it as far as we can on the full tank. And the little man was shitting on the way through the hills. And so, okay, I changed the diaper or whatever, and we pull up to the gas station. And as soon as I stop at the gas pump, throwing up again. And this time he was facing forward in his car seat. So we thought maybe if we face him forward, he'll be a little bit better. starts projectile vomiting, dude.
no.
So he did fucking unbelievable the entire, like, for 8 hours and 28 minutes.
Emotionally, he was a rock star.
Awesome. For those 2 minutes of puking both ways, I felt I wish I could have been the one puking.
I mean, honestly, like it could have been worse.
It could have been way worse.
I've had hour-long car rides that are worse than that.
Yeah.
We're
with the children.
very fortunate that he was and then when he was done puking, well, okay, backtrack a little bit. I go into the gas station and I go to the food section because that's where the napkins should be, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there's not a fucking napkin in sight. And I probably said it a little bit too loud. I'm like, how does a guy get a fucking napkin around here? Because I'm already like high stress and I'm kind of pissed off because I can't find a fucking napkin. So there's this sink on the way edge of like the long food table type deal. And there's like 3 white, like let's say gym towels. So I just grab those, I put them in my pocket, and I just walk out. So then we get the car seat and we get him all like wiped up and shit. And then I go back in and I rinse them out in the sink that they were next to, and then I put them in my pocket, bring them back out, and just wipe it down again. And then I brought them back in and I rinsed them off and just left them right there. But hey, if
You
a guy
did not leave them there.
I rinsed them off.
They got to throw those away.
Oh,
Those are for
no.
cleaning like surfaces. So now they're going to be like wiping their counters down with your baby's puke.
No, I rinsed them out. I rinsed them out.
That's still in there, dude.
That's disgusting.
If a guy can't find a fucking napkin,
Go
at
to
the
the bathroom.
food section.
Get some paper
you go to the
towels out of the
bathroom?
bathroom.
My mind was so solely focused on the food section and there being napkins there,
On a
and there
small
wasn't.
napkin besides a big paper towel.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
Well, what's closer though? The food section was closer to the door. And I mean, there's fucking puke all over the Trevor. You'll one day, dude.
Oh, I know. There's
don't
puke
know
in my
about
car a
that.
while.
Plus, you don't want to gamble with
God.
the bathroom door being locked in a
Nope,
place like
nope.
that.
Because then what am I going to go into the women's and then someone's going to call the cops on me and then cops are going to come and I can't get my kids puke.
Cops might get called on you anyway. You just contaminated that entire gas station counter with your kid's puke.
No.
Got his DNA too now. So.
Yeah.
Well, when are they going to arrest a 15-month-old, bring in a juvie?
Throws up on the way.
Long story short, that was the 17 round trip hours.
So did you golf
We had
at
about
all?
4. I did.
Ooh. Tell
I
us
did.
stories about the golf.
Well, I don't really have any. Well, okay, I got a couple stories. I got a couple just.
I don't have any. I have so
I'm more
many
of an
stories.
observation type guy.
Mm-hmm.
So we're in
After
Custer.
you just told a story for the past.
I'm more of an observation type guy versus a story guy. So there's one course in Custer, Rocky Knolls Golf Course.
Are the knolls there rocky?
What? First off, what is a knoll?
It's like a kind of like a hill, I think.
Yeah, it's a rolling hill, I'd say. It's
Yeah.
a knolling hill.
It's like a hill that's not super hilly.
What I say, Rocky Knolls?
Yeah.
It was Rocky Knolls. Yeah, I'm thinking rolling
about, like,
rolling knocks.
Think about the grassy knoll. Small hill.
Yeah. R.I.P.
Yep.
JFK.
You know what? That was Custer's last breath.
Oh, really?
Was
Yeah.
the grassy knoll.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You know about the grassy knoll though, right?
Yeah.
No.
Are you shitting me,
What?
Trevor?
Grassy knoll, dude? It's where JFK. It's where the Zapruder film was taken.
You act like I know that.
Everyone should
You
know
should
that.
know that.
It's
I don't.
where a president got shot in the head.
Yeah. I do know that.
And the grassy knoll is such a major factor in the conspiracy of JFK.
20 years after JFK was shot, a film was found from a guy named Zapruder, and he filmed it from a grassy knoll about 50 yards away from where JFK got shot. And then that's the first video footage we had seen.
They also say
ever.
did they say he might have got shot from the grassy knoll?
There's opportunities for a second shooter
On the grassy
because of
knoll.
the magic bullet theory that his body movements from the shot made it seem like there should have been 2 shots instead of 1.
Yeah.
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 Do you know about the school book depository? Don't shake your head.
3 shots in a row, moving target 150 yards.
The school book depository. Do you know the significance of that, Trevor?
Oh.
Are you
I didn't pay
fucking-
attention in social studies.
It's not about paying attention. It
Trevor.
has nothing to do with
Who was
paying
our
attention.
first president?
George Washington.
Got it. He's good. He knows it.
Yeah, he's fine. In case you guys
They say Lee Harvey Oswald shot JFK from the school book depository.
I was told that Lee Harvey Oswald, the reason that JFK bounced so weird is because Lee Harvey Oswald actually just ripped a fucking Stinger from 150 out. It went right through. He was just trying to get some practice off the roof over there. It wasn't out of the window. People were wrong.
Yeah.
And he just stungered it right through the back of JFK's head. Poor Jackie.
I just
He didn't yell 4 either.
Yeah.
I did have a legendary 4 call.
Legendary.
I don't know about legendary, but it was like if I wouldn't have said it, someone may have been JFK.
Wow. So you saved a life finally.
I did. Okay, let's start from the beginning. We show up to the course. We got 9:10 tee time. Also booked through Golf Now. Never done that before.
Yeah.
But pretty easy.
Yeah.
Have you done it?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm kind of a purist when
You
it
got
comes
to go
this.
to the website. Yeah.
I go to the website, I book it straight on the golf course website, but did through Golf Now. And 9:10 was the earliest tee time. I said, okay, well, I'm a 6 to 7 a.m. type guy, but we'll go with 9:10. Obviously, there's frost this time of year. So we get there at 9:10, me and my brother-in-law, and still frost all over the course, all over the greens. And so we have to chill for like 30, 40 minutes. So we're standing outside. We're kind of smoking and joking with these other guys. And this course it couldn't have reminded me more of Leonard Country Club.
Hell yeah.
So now you get the vibe.
Yep.
So I go inside and there's this guy the older guy, probably 65, and he's in, kind of like Carhartt bibs. Guy looks like he's been working all day. Well, he's a groundskeeper.
Mm-hmm.
And the groundskeeper is having himself a nice little hot toddy at the clubhouse.
Hell yeah, brother.
Waiting for the frost to come off. So I get up to this course, and here's a groundskeeper drinking at the bar inside the clubhouse, waiting for the frost to come off. I said, okay, well, I guess I'm at the right course.
Yeah. So was he working?
He was waiting for the frost to come
So
off.
he was done working, or
Well,
like he.
So he had done everything he needed to do for the morning besides turn the sprinklers on the green. He was kind of waiting for the sun to come up a little bit, see how much of that frost would come off. So he was kind of just waiting things out. Well, then he comes out and he just fires up the sprinkler on each green to knock
the frost off, which is a great, slightly buzzed move. You're like, I ain't fucking going out there. I ain't dragging the greens to get that frost off.
Well, he's got 4 groups waiting now.
Yeah.
And this guy couldn't have been any more calmer as a cucumber.
He couldn't be more cucumber-esque.
Yeah, correct. Also, another observation of the groundskeeper. This is probably a top 3 groundskeeper I've ever met in my life. He's phenomenal.
Hell, well, yeah, he's drinking a hot toddy at 9:30 in the morning.
9:30, waiting for frost to come off.
Do you know what a hot toddy is, Trevor?
Mm-hmm.
No, you don't.
You don't.
Lie to us.
Jesus. Hot toddy is just hot brandy and honey.
Oh God.
It's gross. He has a dog. He's got a sheep dog.
Hell yeah.
And he drives around on this little golf cart. I feel like groundskeepers, they always have the shittiest golf carts.
Mm-hmm.
They give the good ones to the people coming paying to play on their course.
They sacrifice.
They sacrifice. They take the shitty golf cart. They maybe but the thing is, they customize it to how they need it.
Mm-hmm.
They maybe throw a little bed on the back so they can throw buckets and shit like that. Well, this dog is just jumping in and out of his golf cart. This dog is ripping around the clubhouse. He's greeting everybody that walks up. One thing I didn't agree with was he kept jumping on people and getting like muddy paws in their clothes. I was like, dude, you got to get your dog under control when it comes to jumping. But that's a whole nother thing. People who appreciate dogs, Tyler, would know that.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck.
So
That's a YBR bit for the folks at home.
we hadn't even started the round yet, and I knew I was in the right place.
Mm-hmm.
Groundskeeper drinking at the clubhouse. He's got this dog that just runs all over with.
Dude, I've never heard of a golf course dog. Like, I've been to bars where there's a bar dog. I've never been to a clubhouse dog or clubhouse with a dog.
I haven't either.
I think that's a sweet move. I think more places should do that.
I mean, the groundskeeper, he walked around like he owned the place, and
Maybe he did.
That's what I asked. I asked my brother-in-law. I said, "Hey, I don't know, maybe the guy, maybe he owns the place. Maybe this is a retirement job." And we never got to ask him, but he walked around and he made decisions like he owned the place, and I absolutely loved it. So him and his dog are ripping around. They're throwing sprinklers on the greens. They want their golfers to get out and start playing. So get off the first tee, Tyler. I've played one time in the last 5 weeks.
Right, which is same. And we have a golf podcast.
Golf podcast. That's okay. We're observers. First fairway, probably the tightest fairway I've played all year. But naturally, what anyone who's golfed one time in 5 weeks would do is they would hop up to the first tee box and they would stripe one 270 down the middle.
Nice.
That's exactly what I did.
Hot start.
And then I went to heel an 8-iron 30 yards to the right of the green. So I said, okay, well, today's gonna go good.
Hey, you could be on in 3 though. That's fine.
Be on in 3 is par 5. So we continue on with the round and okay, back with the groundskeeper. He's back again. His job is over for the day. As soon as he got those greens wet, he was just going to drive around and he was going to mingle with every golfer out there. So we get to hole 3. We're 2 full holes into this thing. We're on tee box of hole 3, and he rolls up again. He goes, "Hey, gentlemen, how's the round going today?" And we go, fuck.
Instantly, my first instinct is, oh God, what did we do?
Yes,
we're in trouble.
Are we two? It's just the 2 of us. The group in front of us is like there's distance that is expanding between the 2 groups. We're like, oh, are we playing too slow? Are the old guys behind us, like, are they bitching about something we're doing, whatever? No, he just wanted to chat.
Which I love. And it sucks that everyone's first instinct is that they're in trouble, which means that there's a lot of snobbery still in golf, like we've mentioned.
Yes.
But it is refreshing to hear someone that wants to just chit chat. The question is, how much situational awareness did he have? Did he know when to end the chit chat?
No.
Okay.
No, he didn't. Okay. But again, hey, I just took it as, hey, this is his golf course.
Yeah.
If he's going to sit here and chat, then we're going to sit here and chat too. There's no way we can get in trouble for it.
That's true. But have you ever been like, I think you were with me once. We were at Prairiewood, and the pro at Prairiewood, like the old guy, the starter, came up to us out of nowhere and then just gave us an entire fucking lesson in the middle of the fairway.
But I was in a different cart.
Yeah, because it was me and Matt that got the lesson.
Waiting. Yeah, we were waiting for the group ahead of us.
For 15 minutes, he sat there with a group on the tee box behind us.
Oh, yeah.
And taught us what we're supposed to be doing with our hands and what we're supposed to be doing with our takeaway. And then instead of just leaving, made us hit our shots in front of him using the lessons he just gave us. And we both hit terrible shots. We're like, yeah, it works really good. I'll keep trying.
Yeah, drop another one. Can I see that one more time?
Yeah. What the fuck?
So is he was the marshal or the groundskeeper?
He's the marshal.
Okay, gotcha.
He's the dude that has the tee time sheet. And
sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so as we're just chit-chatting with this guy, he's been telling us about, obviously you get no weather talk right away, and it's frost season, so that's a big factor in his job. So we start talking frost, and he's like telling us how they haven't mowed the greens in like a week and a half, and they haven't mowed the fairways in 2 weeks. They probably won't mow the fairways again, and everything was still in like pristine shape. It was actually kind of crazy for the last time they mowed compared to when we were playing and how good the course was still. Obviously it's not really growing season anymore,
right.
But so as long as he can get frost off greens, he's chilling.
I bet he loves this time of year.
Oh, he does. But the next most legendary line that came out of his mouth was, yeah, yesterday, God, thought it was going to be a little bit too windy. Is going to hopefully get out here and go kill some. He's like, if I didn't kill something yesterday, I was going to kill somebody. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, what the fuck was going on?
What's he trying to? Is he hunting?
In the
middle of the golf day?
Yes. Yeah, I'm like, oh, what were you killing yesterday? He goes, antelope. Yeah, me and my grandson both tagged out with bucks. My other grandson, he shot his antelope. They call them antelope does. They call them.
I think so.
I think they do too.
I don't know much about antelope.
I don't either. But he's like, yeah, found the herd. Younger grandson shot his doe, and then me and my other grandson tagged down our bucks. But God, I didn't kill if I didn't kill something, I was gonna kill somebody. I had to get out of here. Like, dude, you just had to
Dude,
get
he has to own the course.
Yeah.
You can't be hunting on the golf course in the middle of the
I
day
know.
with clients on
And
it.
then meanwhile, his dog is like 100 yards away from us at this time. He's
Just wandering
He's
the
got
course.
no control. Well, he has full control over his dog, but he doesn't care where his dog goes because it's his course.
He can do whatever he
the
wants.
fuck he wants. So that was one of the most legendary lines I've ever heard come out.
What if his name is just Rocky Knoll?
Yeah,
And, and he just named the course. It's Rocky Knolls.
It's actually kind of a sick name.
It is.
Rocky, you know a Rocky Block.
Yeah.
Rocky Knoll would be fucking sick.
I'm personal friends with a Rocky Balboa.
No shit.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So it's a cool name.
That's not true, but
It could be. You don't know that.
that's true. So it got to a point we had to cut the conversation off because, of course, I mean, old man fashion. He pulls his phone up and he's gonna show us pictures of the antelope he shot yesterday. We were like, okay, well, this group in front of us they're a hole and a half ahead of us now, and we have 4 70-plus-year-olds behind us with electric push carts, like remote control
the ones
push
that like
carts.
follow them or
Yeah.
yep.
I'm like, fuck, these guys are getting close. And it's just 2 of us in a cart. And we're decent golfers, so we should be able to keep pace. We can't keep pace play. We're looking at pictures of antelope from the groundskeeper killing something yesterday.
You know, he had that exact same conversation though with the old guys right behind you to buy you some time.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, and 3 holes later, we were 2.5 holes ahead of the old guys.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
It's the same exact vibe of sometimes I used to get a little anxious getting beer from the bev cart because I knew it was going to slow things up.
Yeah.
But then I started to realize like, well, every other group is going to get them from the bev cart too. So it's going to slow them up and the pace remains the same and we're completely fine.
100%.
Yeah.
So next time you get stopped by someone or something, don't feel bad. Just order your shit because so is everyone else.
Don't feel bad. Get glad.
Yeah. And even if they don't order from the bev cart, they're going to stop and talk. Like, she'll be like,
Yeah,
do you guys
gotta
want
chit-chat.
anything? And at least be a little bit of a delay.
No, I would agree.
And Ryan, let me guess that this guy, he pulled up the pictures of the antelope and it took him maybe 3 or 4 minutes to find the photos, even though he took them yesterday.
Yeah, he was pulling the finger swipe, and he had an Android too, so you couldn't see anything.
Yeah.
So I almost had to take his phone from him just to see the pictures. And these pictures, I should have checked the timestamp. They could have been from 4 years ago. I have no idea. But he wanted to chat, so it got me thinking. One of the best retirement jobs on planet Earth would be being a groundskeeper,
I agree 100%.
especially at a small municipal or even private course. And this is a 9-holer again. So he's got 9 holes to take care of as a retirement job. He can go out and he can go hunting whenever he wants. You get to the October time of year, no one's mowing greens, no one's mowing fairways. Basically just going to let things shag out for the winter.
Oh, and that's like the perfect time, especially if you're into hunting, for the job to get easier.
100%. This guy and his best friend, being his dog, get to hang out every single day on the golf cart.
Shoot the shit, swap hunting stories, drink hot toddies at 9 a.m.
And just basically, he just gets to live his life exactly how he wants to live it.
Good for him. Good for Rocky.
And I think I've already decided 65, I'd like to retire at 40. So when I'm 40, I would love to be a groundskeeper.
Okay. I think that I wonder though, like what it takes to move up from the shit jobs. Cause like you can't just roll in at 40 and be like, hey, I've never done this before. Give me the job I want.
When I say groundskeeper, I mean, it doesn't fucking matter.
Okay.
I will rake bunkers. I will pull weeds. I will sit on a mower. Preferably, I'd like to sit on something.
Yeah.
I would like to sit and move.
Okay.
So whether I'm rolling greens or mowing fairways or doing whatever, I'm cool with it.
So start practicing. You got to put a green in your backyard so you have a little bit of a resume built up for your retirement.
I also thought about that. Why are more people not manufacturing greens in their yards?
I think it's expensive, isn't it?
I think so. I've seen like, because you got to lay down a bunch of sand and shit like that, right? Don't you?
But it's like, you guys, we are practicing. When we get to 65, 70 years old, the resume that we will have if we've already done this in our backyards to be a groundskeeper.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't want to be a groundskeeper.
What do you want to be? You want to work the clubhouse?
No, I've told you what I'm going to be.
You want to work the machine? You want to work the machine shed and just fix faulty carts all day?
No, I want to be the ball picker upper.
That's fair.
I just drive back and forth all day, flip kids the finger trying to hit me.
I still think that courses are missing the mark on ball picker entertainment.
Yeah.
Why is there not targets?
Lean into it. Why has not one course tried to lean into it? They all know we're doing it. They all know it's going to happen. Make it a bit. Reinforced cage around the cab of the whatever, the tractor or whatever the little rig you're driving to pick it up, whatever you decide to use. Reinforced cage, giant fucking target. You get your ball in there. Congratulations. Go get $5 off a beer.
Yeah. 100%.
At the very least, let's get these things wrapped like a Zamboni or something like that. Make them look cool.
Yeah.
That's the least we could do.
Well, so the ball picker takes, they do one lap they do their swipes and they come back and whatever like number bay you're at for the driving range that's what number ball you have.
Yep.
They pick them out. They say, hey, number 13. Yep, that's me. Made it in there. All right, go get your free fucking 9 holes from the clubhouse. Go get your free 10 buckets from the clubhouse.
Yeah. I mean, I think it would be fun. And you could easily do it at like a place like Sweet Shots.
Yep.
Like Sweet Shots just uses a side-by-side with like a front end attachment to pick up the balls. And like, I feel like it's happening there even more. Like Top Golf, Sweet Shots, people are really trying to hit the picker. And 100%. That's a place where you can just track the ball. You don't even need a number system.
Correct. There's even a game on the simulators of hitting the ball picker.
Yeah, the simulator is like, this is a thing, guys.
Yes.
We're leaning into it.
Correct.
Why aren't the actual things leaning into it?
They put roll cages on go-karts, but they do not recommend rolling your go-kart.
That's true.
So like, let's just reinforce the windows and let's just put a massive roll cage around the ball picker.
Yeah.
And let's like you said, let's fucking lean into it.
I think people would like it.
Yeah. It'd be fun to even drive it too. Like imagine like, you're in there flicking people off, like come get me, like whatever. Like it's fun.
Yeah, taunt them.
Yeah.
I did get flicked off by the Sweet Shots ball picker one time. I think it may have been Trevor though.
Probably.
It might have probably.
I can't imagine anyone else there besides Trevor would flip you off.
Yeah. Well, okay. Here's the thing too. And I know there are people from Sweet Shots listening right now. And I will say I do purposely try and hit the ball picker when I am there.
Yeah, I do and I don't. Like I have honestly a better chance of hitting them without trying to fucking aim at it. So.
That's fair.
I'll maybe switch clubs to the correct distance and then just hope I spray it left or right in the correct way.
Well, but here's the thing: when if I hit it or if I get close to hitting it, and I know that the person in there, like if they're coming at me, I'll like just turn around real quick and pretend nothing happened.
They don't know it's you.
No, they don't know it was me. No. It could have came from the other 60 bays out there.
Trevor, as someone that has ran the ball picker before, do you get mad when people try to hit at you?
No.
Okay.
I think it's kind of funny.
Yeah. So like,
okay, we have to lean into it.
Yeah. Yeah. Most people are shit, so they're not going to hit you. So
how much lean? I mean, how much lean do we need to consume in order to get this done?
Well, I don't think we have to. We have to just get the right people to consume it.
That's true.
We get the higher ups to start sipping lean, apparently.
Yeah, we got to lean into it.
Yep.
Or get me in the ball picker. I can drive that side by side, no problem.
I actually pitched it as a video for You Betcha to Lucas that you, me, and Miles go out there and we all take turns. One of us driving the ball picker and the other two trying to hit him. And whoever hits the ball picker the most wins. And Lucas said no.
I'll sign a waiver. I'd say we'll pay for repairs. If there are any major damages, we will pay for them.
Yeah. But
it's out there now. It's out there now. So I won't even say if you go to Sweet Shots, just say
don't.
Hey.
Yeah.
No, I don't do
that. Don't until it's okay.
No.
And then when it's okay, do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Sorry, Lucas. We didn't mean that.
Yeah.
But we do need to lean into it more.
Okay.
Anyway, there was no range at this golf course. What there was like a 5-section pad of concrete, essentially, with 5 turf pads. So you got 5 essentially driving range spots on a turf pad, just hitting into a large net in front of you. It's kind of like a batting cage, if you will. But it was just a flat down net.
And I don't hate that.
I don't either.
I mean, because for me, like
pick balls up.
I've told you a million times, like the range for me is to just loosen the joints, man.
Same.
Get the cracks out before I'm out there.
Yeah.
I really don't go to a range session at all with the intent of learning anything about my swing, especially pre-round.
What are we gonna learn?
Right.
We're gonna fucking take what we saw on a TikTok golf tip and apply it. No, we're not.
I mean, a lot of people are doing that.
A lot of people are doing it, but it's also fucking their heads up.
Yeah, it's just the wrong place to be trying to fix shit is 20 minutes before your round.
Yeah. I do need to mention, I also hit the largest snap hook with my hybrid that I've ever hit in my life. And again, I almost JFK'd a guy.
Oh yeah. Explain the force situation here.
Okay, so the group in front of us, they were on the tee box. They were on the next hole. And that tee box was probably 40 or 50 yards straight to the left of the green that I am aiming at. I have 220 and it's cold outside. We got a club up one. I got 220 to the green, par 5, and I'm going hybrid. I'm going for the green.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking snap hook right at their tee box. Actually, it starts at the pin for about 4 feet in front of me. And then it continuously starts to snap straight at them. I mean, big brain kicks in. 4. This is a situation, if I wouldn't have 4 called, there would have been fists thrown. So I yell 4 and the ball's halfway to them. My brother-in-law then yells, "You should be good."
No.
You can't.
No.
Just let the 4 call. Let it play out.
That's a call you never yell, even if they are going to be good. That's just something you don't risk.
Yep.
And
that's like up there on things you don't yell on a course.
you don't take back a 4 call, especially if it's not your 4 call.
Yeah. Absolutely not.
And it wasn't his 4 call. It was my 4 call. And I made it known that a ball was coming in their direction. And I know that I made it known because the guy in the tee box, hands over the head, but he starts walking in the direction of my snap hook. So he's walking right into the line. I just fall like, oh, fuck. And I mean, fucking brother-in-law just said, you guys are good and you're not good at all. All this is going through my head in about 2.5 seconds. And ball drops. Nobody gets hit. Depth perception wise, it looked like it could have hit him in the ball sack. But I think it probably landed, I don't know. I think it probably could have landed like 10, 15 yards beyond them. Depth perception wise, it looked like it was going to hit him straight in the head.
God, dude.
But
were you shitting? How bad were you shitting yourself?
I was shitting pretty hard. And I was shitting hard because the 4 call got taken away. My brother-in-law took it away. Fantastic 4 call by me, and he took it away. Nah, you're good. No, you're not.
Move it.
And then the guy starts walking it because, okay, so here's the thing. When someone yells 4, do you guys stay stationary or do you move in a certain direction?
I only move if there is cover readily available, like my cart or a tree. If not, I just tuck the head, turn the back to the direction of the sound.
Yes.
But if there's a tree or a cart, I'm sprinting to either one.
Sure, for sure.
You know what I have to do when I'm golfing with Grandpa? He can't fucking hear the calls, so I have to like human shield Grandpa because I did that at the Pine to Palm. There's that long par 3, right? And then the next tee box is right next to it along the road.
Yep.
4 call. It's coming right. I can see this one. It's coming right at G Dave. I just covered him up like a I don't know, like a blanket. Yeah. And the ball hits some branches behind us and drops right behind me. But otherwise, I was ready to take a fucking ball in the back of the head because Grandpa didn't have his hearing aids on.
Yeah, G, or he had a Facebook video going on his Bluetooth on his hearing aid. Yeah, I don't know. What do you guys? You guys stay stationary?
I don't know. I'm staying stationary. It's my like philosophy. Like, you know how like they say if you run in the rain, you get wetter. I feel like if you move, your odds. This is not statistically backed up whatsoever, but I feel like if you're moving, the odds of you getting hit are way higher because you're in more places.
Well, I think you're covering more ground, and the more ground you cover, the higher the percentage the ball is going to hit
Unless you
could be
leave the
very
ground it
wrong.
was headed on.
We are so wrong about this, but yeah, my instinct is immediately cover the head and stay put. Because I mean,
Mine is too.
My actual instinct is to turn around and punch the ball out of the air because I have a fight response instead of a flight response.
Yeah.
Well, we found out that in the field goal video that we did, it's really hard to see golf balls in the air.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
If you don't get them right off the club and track it the entire way, they're really hard to see.
There was I don't think people know about this video, but it's
They don't. We haven't put
coming
it
out soon.
Almost
Ish.
3 casualties.
Field goal challenge.
We
yeah.
almost died.
Yeah.
A couple of us had some balls flying right at our faces.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
and we're not ones to accept balls flying at our faces. So we turned and we ran,
Yeah.
as anyone would
we
do if there was
could.
balls
Yep.
flying at their face. No, the move is to when you hear a 4 call, the move is to turn your back, hands over the head, stay stationary, and brace yourself.
Yep. Protect the vitals.
This guy starts walking right into the fucking snap hook. This could be bad.
Yep.
He was
But,
told
you
he
know,
was good. He was fine.
He was told he was good, so he was fine. Lesson number 1. Do not take a 4 call back.
Ever. If anything, give 4 calls when you know they're not even necessary.
Correct.
Never do the opposite. A 4 call once stated should never be rescinded.
And that is, I think, 10.1.A1B.
Of the regular golfer handbook.
Yep.
yeah.
Do not take a 4 call back. So,
One more quick note. If you were to have hit them, I'm putting 1,000% of the blame on your brother-in-law.
Yep.
we don't have the relationship yet to where I can be like, you can't just take we don't take 4 calls back. You can't just do it. So I was like, yeah, Jesus, you said they were good. Yeah, they weren't. I was like, they definitely weren't good. Nope. Yeah, we probably shouldn't do that. I shouldn't do that again. One of those types. Of
Yeah. Like classic when you don't really know someone and they fuck up, you just replace you with we.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
we shouldn't really do that again.
'Cause then I'm to blame too. Yeah. 4, you're good.
Yeah, we should really
No, you're not.
never fucking do that again.
yeah. Whoops, we might have fucked that up.
I'm pretty close with my future brother-in-law, and if he did that shit, I am yelling like he fucking hit it. He yelled it.
Yeah, but I mean, fantastic 4 call, and we're kind of down like in the canyon a little bit, so things are echoing. They heard me because the guy started moving. Anyway, ended up getting up and down from par from the shit over on that tee box, par 5. So, kudos to me.
Well, I'm glad he didn't kill anyone, Ryan.
No, I didn't. Overall, Rocky. Okay, so when I looked up Rocky or just golf courses in Custer, it's the only course there, so that's the only one that popped up. 69 Google reviews.
Great.
4.5 stars.
Ooh.
Hey.
I think 68 of those stars came for the groundskeeper in particular.
Hell yeah.
The reason I'm giving this course a 5-star is because the groundskeeper is the type of guy that you want to go out and have a beer with.
Hell yeah.
So, super solid round. And
If we ever bring back the 9-hole tour, we'll have to go to Custer.
100%.
Hang out with the groundskeeper and his dog.
100%. I think I shot a 41, and that was, I also didn't count like 4 balls off the tee that went into the shit. So I probably shot a 50. But to me, I shot a 41. So
I
to
wouldn't,
me,
I wouldn't even told anyone about those 4 balls.
Yep.
well, the reason I'm telling them about the 4 balls is because we have there's the hardos out there, Tyler,
Oh, it's true.
and the
I
hardo.
forgot about them. How could I?
You need to be keeping actual score of whenever you're out going.
No one's ever said that to us.
You can call me whatever you want. Don't call me that.
Are you good?
I'm good. I mean, the only way to make golf fun is just to play it how you want to play it. Keep the score however you want to keep score.
Yeah, Kim Jong-un. You got a hole-in-one on every hole.
Every
Yeah.
single hole.
Yep.
And that's probably one of the best rounds to this
I'm
date.
sure you had a lot of fun.
Still official Guinness World Record.
But no, I think we literally were out there. We were playing 3-putt poker. We weren't out there to keep score. So if we hit one in the shit off the tee box, like, oh, we'll just drop another one. Also, there was a ridiculous number of drivable par fours, and I'm not leaving the tee box without at least trying to hit it on the green twice.
Did you get it?
Nope. Nope. So one of them had that huge lip in front of the green. And I had one ball that landed like up that got stopped by the lip. So I was probably 10 yards from the pin. But I would highly recommend Rocky Knolls. If you get a chance, get out there early, talk to the groundskeeper, pet his dog, but watch, the dog will jump on you and he may have muddy paws.
Yeah, maybe don't wear a white polo.
Don't wear white and
wear your classic brown polo that day.
Luckily it was frost season, so there wasn't a ton of mud. There wasn't a ton of mud.
Just a little wet.
Just a little wet out there. But second round in about 5 weeks. The less I care, or I should say the less frequently I golf, the better I've been playing, because I just don't care about score anymore.
Yeah.
I just care about going out and hitting some good shots and enjoying the place that I'm at.
Yeah. That's good. That's what it's all about, Ryan.
And I'm learning that this point in my golf career is important for me, because I'm learning that I don't need to play 2 to 3 times a week, because even if I do, I'm still not going to become a scratch golfer because I don't practice like a scratch golfer would. I don't practice at all. So let's just play once a week or once every week, whatever. And let's just fucking smack some balls around and have a good time.
Yep. All right. Are you ready, Ryan?
I'm ready.
We have learned a lot of valuable lessons this year. You just gave us one. It is chill the fuck out. Have a good time. Forget about the rules.
The less you play, it's so weird because
don't just stop you right there, because that's my first one.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, hold on. What are we talking about here, Tyler?
We're talking about the things we've learned through this golf season.
Yeah.
Like the important shit that's just going to stick home for us. And the first thing that I learned this year, less golf is more golf. And it's obviously counterintuitive, and I'm going to sound like a broken record because we've been talking about this for a while. The times this summer where I was golfing a shitload, aka Myrtle Beach, aka the Pine de Palm, immediately after those, my worst golf of the entire summer.
Agreed.
The golf when I was playing at the top of my game, when I like headed into Myrtle Beach, when I beat Grandpa Dave, the week where I shot an 83, it was once or twice a week. 18 holes or 9 holes, once or twice a week. Consistency. It was like a routine. Like I had a golf routine of when I played, where I played, and it was a nice little pace, and that's when I played the best golf of my entire life. So, and I'm not saying don't take that trip to Myrtle Beach. I'm not saying don't do fun shit like a 3-day tournament. Like do that stuff because it's fun. But I'm just saying be prepared. Like if that's not your norm, there'll be a little bit of regression, at least for me. So for me, less golf is more golf in certain situations. I should say less golf is better golf.
I would agree. For me, when I follow that advice, when I less golf, when I golf every week and a half, say one time every week and a half, every 2 weeks. It's not that I might have said this before, but I don't play better. I play better when I tend to golf more, because obviously I have more rounds to shoot a better score with. But I have more fun. That's I guess what I was trying to get at was when I golf less frequently, I have more fun when I go golf.
Yep.
Because the expectations are so much smaller. And one thing I forgot to share was when I was golfing with my brother-in-law, I would say a majority of his tee shots, he was topping the ball. He was like slamming it right down into the ground off the tee, what I do, whatever. And he wasn't getting pissed off. He's just like, what the hell? What's going on? I never really do this. Come to find out, that was the first time he had golfed in 2 years.
And he just told you that? Like halfway through the round or what?
After. God,
I kind of like that.
Felt good to get out again. It's literally been 2 years.
Because that kind of goes.
I'm like, what?
That kind of goes back to Trevor's thing he hates to hear on the golf course. Like, oh, I'm going to play bad today, or I'm going to play good today. If he tells you that ahead of time, then you're going to be thinking about it.
Right.
Like, oh man, he's going to take forever.
Yeah, and but he still had expectations.
Yeah.
Like, oh, why do I keep slamming into the ground off it? You haven't played in 2 years. Maybe that's why.
So, and
there's no driving range in Custer to go to work on not pile driving into the ground off the tee.
When I say less golf is better golf, I don't mean every 2 years. I'm saying like twice a week.
Yeah. So less golf is more golf. Book a tee time right now for 5 years down the road. Store the clubs down in the storage. Underneath the stairs is a great place because you'll completely forget where they're at. 5 years from now, you'll be out there and you'll be having the time of your life.
Yep. Yep. If you can find a website that lets you book out 5 years in advance, let me know. I bet you there are some like Pebble Beach and types that let you book.
I would say it's 6 months for sure.
Yeah, that you can get real far in advance. Especially maybe courses with a wait list too. As there are other courses with wait lists?
Yeah.
It's got to be.
Yep. Yeah, Sanctuary in Colorado is like a 2-year wait list. I do know that.
I forgot to tell you guys. Let's save the story for the very end.
Okay.
Remind me though. I almost bought a trip to Pebble Beach on an auction, and I'll tell you for how much when we're done with this segment. Okay, so don't let me forget.
Okay.
One thing that I've learned this golf season is that you have to have confidence and you have to trust your golf swing. In whatever state your golf swing is at, you have to trust your swing and you have to just accept your misses.
Yep.
Because even the professionals, I can't remember if it was Sam Snead or Ben Hogan, super famous quote. He said, I'm going to hit at least 7 bad shots. So when I hit a bad shot, well, that's just 1 of 7.
Yep.
And for me, I when I hit bad shots, it's because I'm trying to get too cute with it. I'm trying to place it exactly in this certain spot. I'm trying to hit this exact ball flight, whether it's a draw or a fade. And when I don't trust my swing is when shit really goes downhill.
Yeah.
And I know I'm going to miss it. Like, even if I trust my swing and I make good contact on the ball and I miss 10 yards to the left, well, hey, 10 yards to the left of the pin is only a 30-foot putt coming back. Let's say a par 3. It's only a 30-foot putt. You put it within 2 feet, you tap in for par.
Right.
Done. And that's a 10-yard miss.
Yeah. I would also say 18 Birdies does a really good job of that, where if you set in your goal or something like that, and they're like, okay, well, here's your allowance of bogeys and double bogeys and all that stuff. And so I go into a round and I'm like, I know I'm going to get 2 double bogeys and I'm going to get 7 bogeys or whatever it is, and it's like, That's
one of my favorite features that 18 Birdies has now is the targets.
Set your goal.
Yep. Set your
break
goal.
90 or break 100, break 90, break 80, you can pick whatever one.
Yeah, because I set it to break 90 the very first round this year, and then he's like, "Hey, you're on track. Maybe you need to step it up here. Maybe you go driver off the deck on this, or driver off the tee on this par 4 that you normally would lay up on. Like, this is time to get a stroke back."
Fuck yeah. I actually, it always pops up and I always exit out because I'm like, well, I know what my goal is.
Yeah,
and I know.
But it helps you like track the progress of it. Like, hey, you're way ahead of pace, dude. Nice work on getting 3 pars, and you only need 5 in this round.
Yep, big time confidence booster. Yep, for sure. So they got it.
It's not as, they don't say it as casually as that. Yeah, but that's the gist.
Yeah. The more I just trust my swing, it doesn't matter if it's in a terrible state or not. I'm just gonna hit better shots.
Yeah. This next, my last one, then I'll go to you, Trevor. Sorry. This is going to sound like the most no shit Sherlock thing I've learned this year. But you can save so many fucking strokes on the green.
Tyler, sorry to cut you off, but this was also the year that I realized the same thing.
Yeah, and I know I've heard it 1,000 times. Putt for dough, drive for show. Like I've heard it 1,000,000 times, and this is the year that it truly sunk in. That, oh my God, if I putt well, I'm not just saving 3 strokes. I could save 10 strokes in a round. The 83 that day, when we played 3-putt poker and I had 9 cards, that is 9 strokes off the game. If I don't hit that, it's a 92.
And you've shot a lot of 92s in your life.
Yeah, I've shot 1 billion 92s, but the day I'm on the green is the day I set my personal best by a lot.
Well, and it's even getting up and down for par. So if you hit a bad second shot, so for me, The bad shots usually come on my second shots, my iron shots that are like 150, 160, 170. I mean, again, let's say you push it 20 yards to the right. If you're short, and even more than putting, just the short game in general, let's just say the 20 yards and in. If you chip it onto the green and you make a 15-foot putt, that's a par.
Yep.
Or you could chip it short and then chip it on and then 3 putt, and that's a double bogey.
Yep. Yeah, and it's I know it sounds like, yeah, we know that, Tyler, but it just actually sunk in for me this year.
Same.
Because I saw it happen. For the first time in my life, I had more than like quite a few rounds where the putter was the thing that was on and truly, truly saved the round.
The only thing that, like, the only part of my golf game that I haven't changed a single thing of is putting. And I am still a below average putter.
Yeah.
But if I'm hitting irons bad, I would change things with my irons. I would change things with my driver. I'd change them with wedges. Why would I not change it with putter? Well, because I know how to, I have decent feel. I just cannot read a fucking green to save my life. So why wouldn't I change anything there?
Right. Like I just basically what I'm trying to tell people is prioritize putting.
Yep.
Yes.
Make it a huge priority. Because when I played Prairie Wood on my own the other day, like 2 weeks ago, the one par 5, I topped it all the way to the green and still only double bogeyed. And I didn't get the fucking ball off the ground until my 4th shot.
Jesus.
And I one putted. You see somebody top the ball 5 times on the way to the green, they should not be getting a double bogey. You'd think it feels like they should quad or triple or max the fucking hole. But because I made a long putt, those 4 tops didn't feel as bad.
Yeah. 1000%.
Yeah.
It's so important.
Yeah.
Tyler, I'm glad you said that because I was going to say that my number one lesson this year is that there are no pictures on a scorecard.
Yeah. And I love that quote.
It is a great quote. I think you said it first. And whenever
I stole it from somebody in Myrtle Beach, I'm pretty sure.
What's the quote?
There's no pictures on a scorecard. So like when you get lucky or like you do what I did, you top it 3 times, but then you chip in for birdie and it looks like the hole was ugly for you. No pictures on a scorecard, just a number.
Yeah, because
birdie's a birdie, man.
Like I would say that my strongest part of my game is like my short game, like my around the greens and all that stuff. And so like you too, Ryan, my worst shot I ever take is my second shot, and I'm terrible off the tee box. And so the majority of holes that I play look ugly the whole time, but I'm still like a mid-90s golfer. Like I can still, put together a halfway decent round and all that stuff. And so like reminding myself that like I might hit the rough off the tee box 16 out of the 18 holes or 14 out of the 18 holes. It just doesn't matter because
that stat's not anywhere on your scorecard. Just the number is. It
doesn't matter. The only thing that I ever write down is how many putts and what my score was. And that's it. It does not matter. And that's like, obviously me playing me putting together a really good round isn't the most important thing to me when I'm out there, but like just remembering that is very key. So, yeah.
I like that. What's something a 23-year-old Trevor's learned this year?
I learned to just have more fun on the course.
Ooh.
Like I usually, whenever I go play with my buddies, we're always like keeping score, and it's like, oh, I'm losing you by 1 stroke on this hole, or you want to go play with my brother-in-law? Like I'm always trying to beat him. So I'm just kind of like learn to stop trying to beat everybody and just play my own game.
Oh my God, he's growing up. Aww. Trevor, I will admit, like the first time I saw you ease up was when me and Connor went and played Edgewood. You were a little high strung to start. And then I think of like the 4 holes in, it's like, all right, Trevor's having fun now. Because it didn't feel like you were having fun until like 3 or 4 holes in.
Yeah. It's a tough game, and I finally just learned that it's like you just have to enjoy playing. And so,
do your buddies have the same mindset?
No, we always try to go at each other. We're very competitive. So it's like I gotta find either the right group or the right time and place to go do this. So
it's tough to play with people who don't have the same mindset as you do, because if you have that mindset and you go out and play with people who are like, oh fuck, I'm 1 stroke down. I'm 2 strokes up. It's then your mindset just goes out the window. Because that's the same with me and my buddy Adam. He won't let me not play for money. So I got to a point where I was so far in the black. I was so much money. I was so far ahead. I was just like, nope, I make the rules now. If we're going to
I'm
go,
the captain now.
I'm the captain now because I'm in the black. And
Also,
you're not.
Deal that fucking hand. You owe me money from through poker.
Yeah. I should call him live on the podcast and say, when
Yeah.
are we going to, maybe I'll do that after this.
Next week, call him on the podcast.
Okay. Well, I'll call him next week. He's in the so he's going to answer for sure. He's farming right now. I'll call him next week and I'll say, when are we going to deal that 3-putt poker hand? So that's coming next week.
Jesus.
I like that one, Trevor. My next one is, this is a big one for me. One thing that I learned this summer was the rounds of golf with your buddies are limited.
Yeah. We're all going to die soon.
We're all going to die eventually.
Meteor.
And what I mean by that is, so I can always count on my buddy Adam to go golfing. That's why I continue to golf with him, because if I'm like, I'm going to go out this weekend and I need one more person to go with, I'm going to call him immediately.
Don't say that on the pod, though. You just gave him leverage.
I know.
Yeah.
But, well, maybe I'll become a solo dolo golfer. We'll see.
There you go.
But we now both have kids. He's a farmer, so he's planting in May when I've already had 5 rounds in, and he's harvesting in August when wheat harvest starts. So it's like he really only has June and July to play golf. So outside of that, it's like, okay, well, I have to think of who I could go out with this weekend.
Yep.
And then when we do go out, we get so competitive, we get so pissed off at each other, and we leave and we're like, fuck, that wasn't even fun. But there's going to be a time when we're both too busy because we have kids, we have jobs, we have other priorities outside of this one hobby, that when we're 40, 50 years old, we're like, God, it's going to be like, God, I wish we would have just had more fun back when we were in our 30s.
Andy Bernard said it best. I wish there was a way to know you were in the good old days before you left them.
Yeah, you're in them. And it's the same thing with like kids in high school sports. It's like, you think this is going to last a long time because you maybe have 4 or 5 years left, or college sports, you're a freshman and you have 5 years to go. It's like, well, hey, that 5 years is going to go pretty fucking fast. And if 5 years goes fast, then 10 years is going to go fast.
Oh, Blake.
And in 10 years, I'm going to be 40 and I'll have 3 kids by then or whatever. And I'll have I'll have so much other shit going on. It's like, how do I know that I'm going to have a chance to get out with my boys this year in golf? And that brings me into my last thing that I learned this summer. And I've learned it right now, and it hasn't even happened yet, is that you have to go take the golf trip with the boys.
Mm-hmm.
We've been talking about going to Arizona and going on like a 3-4 day golf trip, but it'd be so easy to be like, oh God, wow, 4 days. And it's like, it might be a little bit spendy, and then you got to clear it with the wife and do all this.
Just don't ask her. Don't even worry. Just get a new credit card.
Yeah. Just
fucking
book
do it.
Yep.
Put your family in debt and your marriage in disarray.
Yeah. But in 20 years, we're going to look back at that Arizona golf trip and be like, son of a bitch.
Yeah. Remember the time so-and-so puked into the cup?
It's like reliving a bachelor party almost, because we're like, the guys going to Arizona would be the guy we would all go to each other's bachelor party.
Yep.
Yeah.
And we've talked enough about the bachelor parties, and we've talked enough about the weddings, and all that's over for us now. Now we have the golf trip that we can look back on and be like, fuck, remember that one shot that you hit on 18 to seal the deal? And
Remember when your buddy was throwing up in the back seat? Oh, wait, no, that was just your kid, Ryan.
that was my kid.
Yeah.
Speaking of bachelor parties, I have one final thing. I'll make it really quick that I learned this year. And this is contrary to myself last year. I can be too drunk to golf.
Really?
I told you I had an unlimited sweet spot. The drunker I am, the better I golf. I proved to myself this year that's not the case. I can be too drunk to play good.
When was that?
A couple times. One of them was in Frazee. One of them was in Myrtle Beach. Caddy Girls tournament. I got way too drunk to be playing good the last few holes. Really fucking bad. But yeah, I have taught myself slowly and painfully that I'm not as young as I once was, but I was good once as I ever was.
Hell
So,
yeah. They should make that into a song.
yeah, someone should.
I think, Tyler, sorry, back to your first one, less is more. I think, because I always want to play more. So I think we need to come up with a way. How do you golf more, but
Play less.
how do you golf more but just still not care as much?
PGA 2K23. Get home, get your fix on the PlayStation.
Yeah.
But how millennial of
Sports.
us?
Yeah,
Let's get outside and enjoy the
It's
weather.
not millennial anymore to be playing video games. Old people do it. I don't know, dude. It's impossible. The range, maybe
That's what I'll learn next year.
the sweet shots.
How can
the
you play?
range.
How can you play 2 times a week, not get any better, but still have all the fun with it?
Only play 9 holes every time.
Yeah, that's true.
That's a good point.
That's true. Or only play 8 holes and be like, well, I didn't finish the round. I could have eagled that last hole to put me at a 47 instead of a 50. Just don't finish your rounds because then you don't know what could happen.
Either 17 or 8 holes. That's what you
Yeah,
gotta do.
just golf 14 holes, and if you're playing really fucking bad, just be like, well, I could have birdied the last 4.
I'm just gonna start golfing until my score gets to 80 and then quit. It could be on hole 10. It could be on hole 18.
Yeah,
I don't know, but it's the second I hit 80, I'm just hanging it up. Like, what'd you shoot today? 80. No one's gonna ask me if it was through 15.
Yeah. What if
That's genius.
What if golf, the price of golf was based off how many shots you took and not how many holes you were playing?
Yeah, there's a golf course that gives you whatever you shoot and is how much you pay for your first beer at the clubhouse. And be like, fuck, dude, $1.10 beer is still pretty damn cheap.
Yeah. Or like a 70 versus 80 cent beer.
Yeah,
It's like, wow, 10 cents.
not that big of a deal.
But what if you had a shot tracker? It's like, if you shoot 100, you pay, like, let's say you had to pay $100 for the
I just
100 shots, you pay $100. Or if you shoot a set like 75, like, hey, $75, that's kind of like an average round with a cart these days.
Yeah, the chances of me risking that, rolling those dice are 0. I'm just never golfing there.
But it may make you golf better.
It might, or it might make me panic and be like, "Oh fuck, my family can't afford to hit it in the water here."
Yeah, that's true. Or you just pick your ball up and just throw it. 'Cause
Yeah.
the shot tracker can't count that.
Yeah, and then you play with you have a regular ball in your bag, and then you just throw the shot ball.
Yeah.
Ryan, you would hate it because you can't play 2 balls then.
No, I can't.
Yeah.
I played two balls the entire round at Rocky Knolls. So,
Yep. No mental health
So you
shots
actually
either.
shot at 84.
well, I shot 41. I just don't know what ball shot 41. It was a combo between ball 1 and 2. So, sorry. You go on, you guys.
No, I'm done. I think we got to wrap it up. We've been going a while.
Yeah, Ryan, real quick, tell your story about your Pebble Beach thing because
Oh yeah. So I was at this fundraiser. I was at this fundraiser 2 weeks ago, and they had like the 3 like main live auction items were a trip to Italy, a trip to Mexico, and a trip to Pebble Beach for 4. Is a 4-day, 3-night stay. 2 rounds of golf in there.
Wow,
So
that's a pretty big auction item to get.
it's a large auction item. And I mean, the trip to Italy too, or trip to Mexico, whatever.
Right.
So the trip to Mexico is first. That went for $8,000. And then the trip to Italy went for $25,000. And then it was the third auction item, trip to Pebble Beach. Like I said, 4 people, 4-night stay, 2 rounds of golf. It's basically everything's paid for with this package. Now, my buddy Adam is at this. He's at this event as well.
which, by the way, he has a lot of money because he hasn't paid you up all year.
He
So
hasn't paid-
he's
he
got
hasn't-
money
right.
to spend.
He's got plenty of money to spend.
And you probably would have absolved his debt if he took you to Pebble Beach.
That's correct. So during this trip to Italy auction, because that was the second one, I get a text. I'll show you. Let me pull the text up really quick.
How long ago was this?
This is about 2 weeks. I can't believe I forgot to tell you guys this.
Also, you better not be longer than the Rocky Knolls guy pulling up his antelope pics here. By
Oh,
the
you need some help over there, old man.
Yeah. Some cheaters on.
Oh, look at him. Look at he is scrolling with one finger.
Yeah.
He goes, "Do you want to bid or me?" He's talking about the Pebble Beach trip. He said, "I'm down to bid on it. We can split it." And then he says, "With 2 others, obviously." And I said, well, what's the stopping point? Because if we get to if we're just battling back and forth and we're like, okay, well, this is our stopping point, and then the other person doesn't bid, like, where are we going to come up with this money at?
Right.
I said, what's the stopping point? And he goes, 10K. And I said, Jesus Christ.
Well, you split that with 4. It's $2,500.
That's the thing, Tyler. So I had to go talk to him in person. I can't be negotiating $10,000 auction items on text. So I go over and talk to him, and we're doing the math during the fucking Italy live auction. We're doing the math, and we're like, well, if we go up to 12K, then it's it's $3,000 a piece, and like. Then we're looking up what's around at Pebble Beach cost and how much are the rooms at Pebble Beach cost. And we're like trying to add all this shit up. It's like, well, we would be paying a little bit more than normal, but okay, 12K. We'll stop at 12K. In the back of my head, I'm thinking, if this goes for 12K, I need to get him 6K right now.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I don't want to go ask my wife for 6K. So I might have to call
I don't know if
parents.
Venmo allows.
Yeah, Venmo doesn't allow for 6K. He's like, it's fine. I'll pay for it and you figure a way to pay me back. It's like, well, yeah, you're paying with my fucking 3-putt poker money. So like, okay, 12K, that's the stopping point. The bidding starts out at 11K.
Oh no.
Hip. Okay, do we got a 15K, 15,000? Hip. Okay, well, we're out.
I thought you were gonna say Adam at 15.
No. 12K is a stopping point. I mean, we got to bid one time at 11K. It jumped to 15. Okay, we're out. All of that adrenaline rush and like scheming and planning. How are we going to pay for this thing right on the spot? All that out the door in about 11 total seconds.
Expectations, man. You guys had already bought it in your heads before the auction started.
We did. And we're like, okay, well, who are 2 other guys that would want to fork up, $3,000 to go to Pebble Beach? It's like, it's Pebble Beach, dude. We have to do this. Okay, we bid once and then we were fucking out. And I'm like, well, and then when it got up to 18K, he's like, wow, what do you think about 18? No, not 18K. We can just, and I get it, goes to a good cause, but we can just book our own trip to Pebble Beach and let someone else pay 18K. The trip ended up selling for 18K.
Damn.
So
not worth it.
We weren't even close.
No.
But that's my story behind almost, or not almost. We weren't even close, but trying to scheme a trip to Pebble Beach for $12,000.
Well, you'll get it next time.
Yep.
When it's a trip to Augusta.
Yeah, that would be legit.
Yeah. It's tough to get on there.
What's your price for that one?
18K.
Trip to Augusta, 12K. Okay, the bidding starts out at 25,000. Fuck. No, maybe give me like 20 years. I'll save up. If I save up $1,000 a year, I can go 20K and he can go 20K. We can go 40K to Pebble Beach, and we can donate the rest to a good cause.
That's such a waste of money.
I know. I said, dude, we can go to Arizona for 5K.
Yeah.
Good
All right.
cause. Good cause though.
That's it. I have no
all right,
clue.
that's it.
What episode was that, Jake?
159.
Jeez, 10 more and we're
Hell yeah.
done.
Yep.
Do
All
that
right, guys.
bit again.
Love you.
Love you. You piped that the wrong way.
I'll call the clubhouse. We'll book in another 18 for tomorrow.
Okay, they cheated on that. They fluffed their balls.
Yeah, no better time for the breakfast ball than now.